All right, I'm just gonna let that music go in the background for a little bit. Hello and welcome. Hopefully, more people show up because it is my birthday and they do need to pay tribute. Hope everybody's having a lovely Person Man's Day. I have a couple games in mind. I'm just deciding what I want to do. We could try to play, because I've been meaning to try No More Heroes because I got it on Steam, but I don't know if that would be a good fit right now. We're just gonna mumbling through right now until I decide what to play. That does look pretty crazy. But how are you guys doing? Okay, I think we're gonna switch to the PS5. Okay, that's not working right. Just want to adjust the size of the screen a little bit. There we go. And before I forget, we gotta shout out Viper Fox, the lovely Queen Assassin and the Queen of Stabbing, who drew this lovely PNG tuber for me. And we're gonna flip a coin to see if we play RE4 Remake first or Yakuza. Tails, it's RE4, heads, it's Yakuza. It's RE4. I think we're going to continue on from an existing playthrough that I have going. I don't remember when the last time I played this was. Here, let me turn down that a little. As I've said before on another, I think I said this on a different platform actually, but we got bacon wrapped shrimp and carrot cake for me that the fam is going to make me. So that'll be in about 3 or 4 hours. So until then, we got shit else to do. So I think this is after. Why does this capture card always fail? So I think this is right after the lake monster. right, well, not right before, but before we find Ashley. Hang on. Thank you, Mackie. I'm sorry that AutoMod didn't like your message. I can't imagine why. But I hope that you're having a good afternoon. Hi, Duke. Thanks. How are you guys doing? I know Mackie was bullying me in the voice chat last night. Well, it was mainly over the thing that I said, or the changing my name to Mackie's Bestie. And also killing you during Among Us, I assume. I don't remember this part of the game at all. Knuckle Sandwich, welcome to the person, homies. I'm staring at you with my neurodivergent little face. Hello. We're just starting with some RE4 Remake, which is my favorite game that came out last year. And I know none of y'all got me a present, but that's okay. I forgive you. Did I forget something back there? Thank you, Sammy. I hope that you're having a good evening, whatever time zone it is over there. It's like 5 in the morning for you over there, isn't it? Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Oh. Just barely enough. I think we need to go back to the merchant and sell some shit. One of my recent streaming buddies is in New Zealand, and that basically means that if I'm able to catch one of her streams, it means that I'm that my sleep schedule is fucked up. Okay, this is not the merchant. Let's lay in 2 purples to this banglet that we got here. I mean, that's true. I did not get as much sleep after Among Us last night as I should have. I had to bail out of Among Us, but I'm glad that Viper did that because so that I didn't have to organize Among Us for my birthday. Wait, hang on. I think that there are fish here that I'm supposed to kill, but I don't even have room for them. And I swear to God, if my sister's dog doesn't shut up. After this, I think, after a little bit of this, I think we'll switch to Yakuza and then maybe play No More Heroes for the first time. There's no thematic connection between those games. They're just the ones that I have installed. Get up here.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate.
Well, that's good that the mic doesn't pick her up anymore. Well, Yakuza 0 was the first game I streamed, but we're gonna continue Yakuza Kiwami from whenever the last time I played that was. I played all of them up to Like a Dragon, and I have not played the most recent one.
Work is about finesse.
I never got very far in
Little thank you.
Like a Dragon. The Red 9 pistol I can do without.
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. A deal well struck. Well then, what can I do you for?
I'm just so glad that they kept the merchant for the remake. If they had gotten rid of this guy, I don't know what I would have done.
Yourself killed now.
I went through a big. I only discovered the series about
Welcome.
the Yakuza series about 4 years ago, and I kind of binged through them after a certain point.
A decent sight. Come back.
Okay. Alright, that's a lot easier to work with.
Anytime.
I did debate playing the. I think I will play the original PS2 version sometime, but I debated doing that today because of the dub. Because the Yakuza PS2 dub is a work of art. Yeah, I know. I know that they're remakes, but I'm interested to see what the original gameplay is like. It fits the Majima from the first game before they realized how popular he was going to be, because there he's very much like a like that's when he's most like the Joker, basically. So that does make sense. I think someone did like on Twitter asked Mark Hamill about that, about being Majima, and he was like, I don't know what that is. He has no memory of doing that. Oh wait, no, there is a puzzle that we have to do over here. I do sympathize with Mark Hamill's not remembering that because I've only been like adjacent to like the creator space for a couple years, and already there are like videos that that I don't remember that my voice is in them because I hang out in people's streams all the time. And when you're as busy a voice actor as Mark Hamill is, I can understand just forgetting that you were in something. having him say Kiryu-chan was a work of art, though. All right, that is just an optional puzzle, so we don't need to do that right now. Is that the best costume that Leon has? I guess we can't check. Oh, that's right, I made Ashley a goth girl. I don't do voice acting. I just hang out in people's streams and sometimes on my voice. I should have phrased that better. And there was this Discord server I used to be in where you could get hooked up for Discord calls for Among Us. And I guess some of the people that I played with were YouTubers, and I didn't realize it. And I don't remember which one, but I think there were a couple random YouTube videos where I'm in it. In just whatever game of Among Us they were doing with randos. Okay, we need 2 hands. Hopefully one of them is this way. Oh wait, no, we already came this way. This is the way we had to go to get to this place. Never mind. Well, I saved a few when I first started hanging out in one of our buddies, Chris's streams, which is how I know Viper. I know I saved a few of my choice Among Us moments. We played way more Among Us than is probably socially acceptable. It was like every week for like a year and a half.
It's locked.
You didn't even touch it, Leon. Hi. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
What'd you say? What's the son of a bitch? That's funny. I'm too pretty for this. Again. Holy shit. Okay. Pistol ammo is basically the only one that we got right now. I saw the other day that No More Heroes was on Steam, and I'm curious about that game and the other games that Suda51 has made. But I don't know if that's going to be something that we do today. All I know is that I'm ever closer to being 30, and I'm kind of upset about it.
One down.
Where are you people coming from? Oh, that guy is freaking out. Alright, let's combine. I think that we can take another hit without it being a huge problem. Later. I'm waiting for because I've tried to get into Tekken like 5 different times, and I don't think it's for me. But Mortal Kombat used to be my fighter of choice until Mortal Kombat 1 came out, and it sucked. I had a terrible time. But I'm wondering if the new story expansion might change my mind. Even though I'm not thrilled with the characters that they chose for the new DLC. Get down here. I think they probably will. I saw some speculation about what the T-1000 will be. I feel like if they do animalities, then Peacemaker will just turn into Eagly. I remember seeing that that roster that Mortal Kombat has for its new DLC. I saw that as a leak, and I assumed that one was fake. And I'm not sure if it would be better if it had been. Cyrex and Sector is nice to have them back, even if they're chicks now, but I feel like having them as a set just means that 2 different characters don't get to be here. And I am not patient enough to figure out this puzzle. I will say that when I watched that trailer and I realized that they were adding animalities, that was pretty hype. I just had a really bad experience with Mortal Kombat 1, and I thought the story was stupid. I was into the story of Mortal Kombat 1 up until it got into the multiverse stuff. And there's no walking that back anymore, basically. For fuck's sake. Nope. There we go. I assumed that they were rebooting the continuity to get rid of all the nonsense that had come about over the years, but they just kind of doubled down on it by continuing to have like this multiverse whatever. Bye. I just wanted us to have a back to basics kind of story, and that's not what happened. Oh, there's 2 treasures up here. I put that less on her and more on NetherRealm continuing to do that stuff, or that kind of thing. Because they went through this in Mortal Kombat 11 with casting Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade, who is not an actress. Okay. Then we go to the top of the... This is a weird part of the game because it's the only part that's kind of like open world. But the fact that there's no like special forces characters like Sonya, Jax, or Kano in the main roster still feels weird, and it's not going to be alleviated anytime soon. I'm assuming that her like playing that was like meant to be like a reference to Jennifer's body, but that's not a good enough reason. But she was like a vampire or whatever in that one. Luckily, I don't care about Natara, so no harm done, in my view. But I get why people don't like it. Also, to avoid being too negative about that stuff, I just don't like the cameo system. I think it just messes up the existing flow.
Open.
It's like the only decent movie I know of that Megan Fox had been in for like years. I haven't seen it, but people say that it's not bad. That's all I know. I've always played Injustice more than I have the Mortal Kombats, but we're not getting an Injustice 3, so I have to cope. And although this might only be relevant to people who are both comic book nerds and fighting game nerds, I did, when I was really bored, start work on a Marvel fighting game roster. Not a fighting game itself, but I wrote down a roster, and I've recently finished the move list for all of them, or at least for the first game in my planned 2 games. I might do a little bit reading of that later on. Well, I modeled it when I was writing down the moves and stuff. I modeled it after the Injustice engine, so it's so it would play exactly like that. It has like meter burn moves and shit. This is not where we need to go, actually. We're zoning out. Girl, why are you barking? Nobody's intimidated by you. You're a dog that wears a shirt. Ain't nobody asking you nothing.
Is this the key?
No, I haven't. I saw a leak of all the characters that have data in the files, but I haven't watched any gameplay because I'm not interested in it at all.
Condor 1 to Roost. I found the key to the church.
Copy that. Now go get Baby Eagle.
Right. No time to chat. I'm going in. Condor 1 out.
I'm hoping the MVC collection is good too. I plan on playing at least a little bit of it. I played some MVC 3 on here as like a warm-up before I start the real game that I'm playing. And we have gone the wrong way again. Leon has no sense of direction whatsoever. Well, I've played like maybe 3 or 4 hours of Overwatch, and I don't care about it. So I doubt I'll care about the Marvel version of it. But I'm not like hating on it. I'm just not gonna play it. I have no opinion. Is this where we go? Nope, apparently it's not. Well, I also was boycotting Blizzard for like 2 or 3 years, so around the time that I would have been curious about getting into Overwatch, I morally wasn't comfortable with it. Okay, so we do need to go back to the merchant. Hunnigan probably told me that, but I wasn't listening to her. I was huge into World of Warcraft for like a year or two, and then I fell off. But around when I wanted to get back into it is when all of that stuff about Blizzard started coming out. And my view on, in case anyone feels discouraged, my view on boycotting is that boycotting and like separating art from the artist is that that's a personal decision, and no one can make that decision for you, and no one can judge you for it. If you're not comfortable supporting something, that's okay, and if you are comfortable supporting something, that's okay too.
Well then, happy cooking. Might want to take care of any leftover errands before going this way. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life wondering what.
It is nice of him to tell you that you're reaching a point of no return. If you cosplayed as Aaron Black and that happened, I can understand why you would be salty.
Stranger.
Oh, we're about to have a boss fight. Okay. I don't know whether I would correct them or not. Kind of like one of those, they were a little confused, but they got the spirit type moments. Yep.
Shit.
Get out of here, trash bag man. Yeah, because they gave you a sincere compliment, they're just slightly wrong.
God damn, you're a big boy.
Okay, let's open up with
Present for you.
in terms of boycotting or
There you go.
separating the art from the artist. I do actually have a story from this channel related to that. I was playing this old adventure game from the 90s called The Dig, and it wasn't until like we were in the opening credits that I realized it was written by Orson Scott Card, who wrote Ender's Game and is a huge homophobic bigot. And I was kind of already committed to it, so I decided to go forward, but just making it clear that that man is not okay. That I do not condone anything that man says. But beyond that, I should probably try to do a little more vetting so I'm not put in that position again. Let's see if we can, if my man, it's the dog, he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? He saved him. Now he's saving us. Oh, holy shit, what? Is that person man's in real life? God damn it. There we go. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, I would never, I wasn't streaming, or I was streaming, barely, but I would not have played or streamed that. And that's kind of like a more extreme case. Because it's kind of rare that you see someone as noxious as J.K. Rowling have a property that popular.
That's what I'm talking about. Good boy.
Use you. Is that gonna be enough? Yep. I'm just grateful that they toned down the quick time events from the original. Hi. Why are people
Okay.
sending me weird
Let's
texts?
get to that church.
Don't they know that I'm internationally famous streamer person, Mans? Oh, hang on. We gotta go pet the dog, I think. Where is he? Hey, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Good dog. I'm fully in favor of, like, holding heinous people accountable, but we're running into, like, a unique problem, I think, where it's becoming very hard to keep track of like, keep track of it all. I don't know what extra stuff I was trying to say there. Then you eventually, like, everybody has these. You see some people get canceled for stuff and you don't quite agree with it. You're not sure that that's worthy of being completely deplatformed, but you're not going to say anything publicly about it. Hello. That is a bad dog.
You're kidding me.
He has worms.
Yeah.
Alright, let me go inside here real quick. And it reminds me of, and I tell this story a lot because it's still funny to me. But what I remember, I was on my starting soon screen, which didn't quite look like this, but it had my PNG tuber in the corner like it does right there, and someone saw that PNG tuber and heard my voice, and then I swear to God, they go, I can just tell you have pronouns. And I had laughed so hard at that, I thought I was gonna die. I can't tell if that was meant to be ironic or not. But I've never forgotten that. Oh wait, no, it was because it was Pride Month and I had a pride flag in the corner. That was why. I can just tell you have pronouns. I've been exposed. They didn't say, so I don't know what they meant by that. If it was meant to be funny, like ironically, it was very funny, but I will never know. I mean, that's the kind of shit that I would say to, like, Viper, to like fuck with her. It's the kind of shit that you would say to Viper to fuck with her, but we have that relationship, and she knows what the deal is. I'm just, as I become like more familiar with all of the shit that streamers have to deal with, like people coming in, pretending to care about you in your stream, and then they go like, hey, can I ask you something? Do you want to commission art? And it was like, no, I don't know you. No shade on anyone's art skills, but
Ashley,
I'm not commissioning
you in
art from
there?
people I don't personally know. Because I'm not knowledgeable enough about it to avoid getting scammed. Well, one of them looked at my PNG tuber and said, I can tell you used AI. When when Viper drew this for me. Shit, where is he? Or where is she? Okay, he can't get there.
Ashley.
But yeah, it happens a lot.
Ashley Graham, are you in here?
People grifting for, like, commissions.
Just let me go.
Listen. Easy with that.
I had to put a rule in saying that I can just immediately ban you if you do that.
That one will.
Come on, girl.
Hey, it's dangerous outside. You need to listen to me.
What is that? Over there?
Pursue them. The lost lambs are escaping.
Perseguirles.
Deliver unto them salvation.
But like right now,
What do we do?
lately they've been like pretending to engage with me and like ask me questions, pretending to be interested in me. They typically go for like half an hour before throwing the pitch, but I've become pretty good
Okay.
at spotting it.
Okay, Leon.
And it's only annoying because I'm at the point where usually someone will show up when I stream, but new people, sometimes it'll be like a month before a new person pops in and actually seems to like want to hang out. So I see a new person who's talking and I'm like, oh hey, but then it turns out they just want my money.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Like, I get that you gotta sell yourself or sell your art and like get your bag, but like don't grift.
Okay.
Also, if you're in my chat and like you're not like a established homie, don't talk about being a streamer because no one asked. I'm in several like streamer chats with people where I've never mentioned that I stream because I haven't been there long enough to really justify talking about it. I've mentioned it a couple times in other people's chats when it's like relevant to the conversation, but I'm not out there just looking for shoutouts. And this is like, streaming is like one of the last things I thought I would be doing in my life. I can just tell she has pronouns.
Hey, trust me.
Thanks.
Roost, I've secured Baby Eagle.
Copy that. Is she okay?
Affirmative.
Well done, Condor 1. I'll dispatch a chopper ASAP.
Well, hey, she can get down the ladder on her own now.
Coordinates for the extraction point. Make your way there, and don't let anything happen to Baby Eagle.
Copy that.
Hurry. The weather is getting worse. Roost out.
What is that noise?
Like I said, it's dangerous. Stay close.
Okay.
So unfortunately, well, actually there are a couple, but for the most part, you can't just stick Ashley in a dumpster anymore. Well, there was actually one guy who I've been talking to for like 2 hours. I should have gotten weird vibes, but I didn't.
They're coming. Get behind me.
And they seemed pretty nice, and then I decided to reward them by giving them a little follow, and then I saw that their account had been created 3 days ago. It was like, God fucking damn it. Ashley, please.
Get down. Twisty son of a bitch.
Excuse you.
I'm coming for you.
Watch out!
It is the kind of thing that makes me wonder if I'm too trusting. At a certain point, you like wonder if you should just default to not trusting people.
Next.
Although not trusting random people that show up in your chat is probably a good lateral move. Excuse you.
Puede ser.
Yeah, I get the vibe that the people who are doing stuff like that, like a lot of the times, are very much not in the USA
Yeah.
or in the US. I don't know if that's feeding into a stereotype, but it's kind of just what I've observed.
Sorry. Must have slipped.
Excuse you. I still maintain that if they remake Resident Evil 5 in this engine, that they need to keep the racism.
I have some new goods that might interest you.
Because really,
Welcome.
the way this game treats like Spanish people is not a whole lot better
Stocking up while I come.
than the problems with Resident Evil 5's portrayal of Africans.
got a selection of good things on sale. Give that the care it deserves, mate. Ruby's all rubbish. It makes
Alright,
no difference. The price, well, that's our choice. Thank you. Pleasant.
Wait, okay. Well, I recently played RE5, and in the beginning, it like makes a decent effort to like show,
What can I do you for?
like in real life, there's like lots of light-skinned people there, and it's
Thank you.
a pretty accurate representation of the conditions those people live in. But like late into Resident Evil 5, you're fighting a bunch of
Ruby's all rubbish.
dark-skinned
Makes no
tribemen who are
difference.
chucking spears at you and going ooga booga.
That's our choice.
So clearly something went awry in the sensitivity training department.
Come back. Welcome. Next time then.
Oh, there's a strong dog that we got to take care of.
Hey, can we take a break?
Sorry, we need to keep moving.
We just took a break. We talked to our friend, the merchant, who's like Australian or something.
Hunnigan was right about the weather.
I don't think adding Shiva actually helped the allegations. I think that they made them a little worse, even though I'm pretty sure that that Capcom did not have ill intentions. This is very much just ignorance, born out of ignorance and not malice. Like, and this might be an extreme example.
Out of the way.
But this might be an extreme example, but I recently read Avengers number 200, which is infamous among Marvel fans and comic book fans in general. Because it's when Carol Danvers suddenly becomes pregnant. This is in the 80s. And it turns out that she was, it was a magic pregnancy from a weird time travel guy. And he actually impregnated her so that she could give birth to him. And it's all sorts of ignorant shit. Like all the Avengers are talking about how great it is that Carol's pregnant, even though she wasn't pregnant 3 days ago, and she's about to give birth. And like all her agency is taken away, and she just goes away with this weird man that put himself inside her. And I read that issue recently, to like get a feel for myself of how bad it is, and it's pretty bad. But what's crazy is that
I'm definitely gonna catch a cold.
I'm pretty sure like they didn't have any bad intentions doing that. They were just it was just a blind spot. It was a really severe blind spot, but they didn't mean to do anything wrong. Well, a later annual fixed it where Carol comes back and she calls out all of the Avengers for just letting this strange man impregnate her and then take her away. And she like breaks and she like refuses to come back because they were supposed to protect her and they just handed her off. But that story was like the 200th issue like spectacular. That was supposed to be a celebration, like a reward for getting that far, and they did that to Carol Danvers. Because in the middle of it, there's time travel weirdness going on. So like there's outside of the Avengers mansion, there's like a war that's going on between dinosaurs and some spaceships, which I was insulted by. Like, you can't just show me a dinosaur spaceship war like that's gonna make everything okay. Not this time. And like Beast is fighting a Native American that time traveled to the present, and he's like, he like Three Stooges his eyes. He pokes him in the eyes, and he goes, "I guess that's why they call it Pocahontas." And I'm like, Beast, please, not now. Just not now. The racism isn't really that shocking. At least not compared to everything else that was going on. It was kind of the least of our problems. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I recently read every comic featuring the Doom Patrol, and by recently I mean like 4 or 5 months ago. And I actually made a video talking about them, or talking about the Silver Age ones, and I had to give a warning when an issue was about to be really insensitive. Okay, I think we just go in the church now. Oh. Actually, you know what? I think we'll leave the rat alone. Where are we going? Oh, we're not going to the church. Okay, the church is where we came from. Yeah. I'm curious because it apparently DC is gearing up to have its own Ultimate line, and I'm curious if they're gonna learn from the mistakes that the Ultimate line made, of which there were many.
Sorry, must have slipped.
Not even getting into like Ultimatum or any of that shit. I think there are just inherent limitations and flaws to the idea of starting over or
I
starting
need you to
off with
open
no
it from the other
continuity,
side.
because eventually you're gonna get continuity. So like, where is the line?
It's open.
Thanks.
I forget if it's in Ultimatum or Ultimates 3, but the part where, because Ultimate Cap is has some of the bigotry and the like they don't shy away from Ultimate Captain America being a man, being a typical man of that era, which I think actually would be an interesting take if he had to if he had to actually grow past that. But that's kind of a different discussion. But anyway, I think it's in Ultimates 3. Captain America obviously says he has a problem with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver being in an incestuous relationship, and everyone else goes, "You're being a prude," and I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean a prude?" This is the one thing Captain America has been right about since he got back, since he came from the past. That was a Jeff Loeb when he was in the middle of having a mental breakdown. That's not a joke. That's genuinely what was happening, and it's a shame. It's less hypocritical and more we as a society have not reached a point where incest is okay. That never happened.
Seriously, this can't be.
Well, he lost his son around that time, so he was kind of just flailing emotionally, and you can just kind of tell in his writing. I'm not saying that his writing was like incredible at the best of times, but dude was going through it. But it is really something when you...
Ashley!
Cow?
You hurt?
No.
That cow just bowled me over. But it is kind of remarkable that Jeff Loeb writing for the Ultimates made me long for Mark Miller.
Ashley! Anytime.
Hey Blackstone, we were just talking about comics a little bit. We were talking about the Ultimates, the old one. But thank you for the birthday wishes.
There you go.
Wait, what? I missed that part. When did that happen, Sammy? That cow was out for blood. I believe you. And hang on, my video capture is always having a problem. this started because DC recently showed off like its own Ultimate line that it's coming out with called Absolute DC, and I'm hoping that it learns from many of the lessons that can be learned from from the Ultimate line, like don't have incest, and don't have Captain America yell, "You think this letter stands for France?" Yes, the super jacked Batman and the Wonder Woman that has like all the girl tattoos. God, that Batman is so wide. The fact that it's like it's spinning out of that absolute power event where Waller is becoming like a Saturday morning villain, like what's going on with Amanda Waller is actually insane. I think we're seeing like the death knell of Suicide Squad and Amanda Waller being like S tier in the DC universe. I think we're gonna see less of that. Isn't there a lot of like skeeviness about Ultimate Wolverine? Didn't he still like try to romance Jean Grey when she was explicitly a teenager? When she was like a minor, rather.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on a deal well struck.
instead of being like ambiguous like in the main continuity.
Might want welcome. That's good work, if I do say so myself.
Oh, well, okay.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Wield it. Come back anytime.
It's clearly been a long time since I read that. But I will actually, because like I was saying a little before you got in here, I think the fact that, Ultimate Captain America has a little bigotry to him and actually acts like a typical white man from that era, could be interesting if it's something he had to grow past, but I feel like they were inconsistent about that. But I will say something that with Ultimate Captain America that I do think is interesting is that in the Ultimate Comics, Spider-Man tries to get Captain America to basically be his mentor, and Captain America is kind of pretty rude to him and brushes him off, and it turns out the reason is because Captain America sees superheroes as basically soldiers, which is debatable if you agree with that or not. But he's very much not okay with this child soldier being just being accepted by everybody, like it's okay. So that kind of burnt their relationship, and by the time Peter died and Miles came up, he tried to rectify that mistake, but Miles wants nothing to do with him.
In that case, here, help me. Ashton, quick, over here.
Okay, time for a siege.
Hordes of them against two of us. Oh, and let's not forget, this mob is made up of monsters. Done warming up? Hope you stretched.
Hang on. I see you, crackpot. Let me see if I can fix you. I see your chat, Crackbot. I'm just trying to see if we can, if I can fix that. Let me. It's actually flattering that you, or I guess not flattering, but it's sweet that you made an account so you could join right now. But I'm trying to. Let me put on some tunes while I try to fix you. There's a buddy of mine in the chat that's being blocked by the auto mod, and I'm trying to see what I can do about it. Be right back. Okay, give me 1 second. But Crackpot was saying that Jean Grey is a teenager, but she was more like 18, 19, but that doesn't invalidate any of the other points that were made. We should probably just keep the conversation going while I figure out these settings. This is something that I should know about anyway. Yeah. When you get into like, there's a lot of stuff in the Ultimate Universe that if you get too specific, it's a little crazy. Moderation. There we go. Let's see. Well, yeah, it is very much a big influence on the MCU. I'm getting I'm trying to find the way to get you, Crackbot. I'm almost there. Okay, you should be good. Well, in the Ultimate Universe, the wife beating was like a chronic thing instead of the way it was portrayed in the Ultimate Universe. Or it was about as bad as it could possibly be.
Yeah. Now if you shut up, we'd be good to go. Lighten up, cowboy.
You should, for as long as you would like to hang out here. It's also good to see you, Crackpot. I forgot to say that, but as long as you want to hang out here, it should be good. You should pop up now. There we go. That's good. I remember when I was talking about the third Ant-Man on a podcast, I remember explaining that it was kind of not intended to be drawn that way. Nah, Crackpot's a Discord homie.
One down.
But I do like agree with you when you've talked about it before about how Ant-Man and the Wasp have kind of been relegated into into being its own smaller corner rather than being like an integral part of the Avengers. Yeah, it was just ended up being drawn as like a willful backhand. Well, Blackstone Crackpot is actually, I remember like a couple months ago, I showed you some art that a friend did of like a black Cyclops, and Crackpot's the one that drew that. I just forgot to ask his permission before I did that.
That one's free. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, it's also a Justice League Unlimited reference.
Hey, are you trying to kill me?
Hey, it worked, Louise.
Leon! This one's on me! How thoughtful. Pay
I'm trying to pay attention, buddy.
attention! Look away!
Holy shit. But Blackstone, much like you, Crackpot, has a lot to talk about when it comes to Deep Space Nine, which I've been doing tier lists of all the Star Trek episodes I've been watching.
Shit. You got this! Sure thing. Break already.
There was a point where Cisco was probably my favorite captain when I was at the peak of my Deep Space Nine purist phase. I'll have to wait until I get further in to decide who my favorite captain is. Besides the fact that it's not going to be Janeway.
Let's go upstairs! Come on!
In fact, I'll probably flip it later, but I intend to go through and do tier lists later this stream because I've made it through about three years worth of episodes since the last time I did it.
Perfect timing! Give me a hand!
Hang on. I'm here, Louise. Bear with me, buddy. Excuse you. Jadzia is a valid choice. Whoa. Well, like I said before, I'm currently in the middle of the Kira pregnancy arc. And I'm pretty sure Keiko actually is aware of the sexual tension between her husband and Kira, but she's trying to get polycule going. Alright, I think the defensibility of this place has taken a big hit. I think we need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's barely a joke. Well, actually, someone shared a meme about that in the RP server. Because Keiko has her husband Miles, Miles' boyfriend Julian, Julian's boyfriend Garrick, her and Miles' girlfriend Kira, Kira's boyfriend Odo, Odo's enemy with benefits Quark, Kira's date mate Jadzia, and Jadzia's husband Worf.
You.
Hey, listen, about earlier.
Yeah, about that.
Use this! Appreciate hordes of them against two of us. Oh, and let's not forget, this mob is made up of monsters.
Alright, I should probably be a little more proactive about making sure they don't get in here in the first place.
Yeah. Now if you'd shut up, we'd be good to go.
Lighten up, cowboy.
Yeah, well they managed to I think there's one episode where they have to like shoot her from the belly up, like TV likes to do. But they caught it early enough that that they were able to just write it in pretty seamlessly.
Out of the way.
When I'm yeah, well, in my Star Trek rewrite notes, I haven't quite decided what to do with Tasha. Let me make sure that's okay.
Give me a break already.
And I've discovered that it's been happening with Voyager more so, but I have watched every Star Trek, everything Star Trek prior to Discovery. But there's a lot that happens in Voyager that I have no memory of. And there's been a couple Deep Space Nine episodes that I have no memory of, like the one where they go to Risa and Worf becomes radicalized. Like that, whatever movement, and disables the weather satellites. And is not punished or held to accountability for that in any way. Yeah, I also don't know if they needed to give Worf like a dark backstory of accidentally killing a kid. I just realized that this music has been going the whole time. Because the backstory is that he accidentally killed a kid while he was playing soccer, and that's when he became so reserved and repressed. And I believe that Risa episode was filmed while while Nana Visitor was giving birth.
Leon! This one's on me!
So, Sid is very clearly like very distracted and not giving it his all because his baby's about to be born. The Worf, or when they go to Risa is also frustrating because him and Jadzia have a big fight, and Worf is being really like possessive and unreasonable, but Jadzia is also being kind of unreasonable because when Worf tries to actually talk to her like later on, she rejects him because she's still mad, which is her right, but Worf was actually trying to meet her halfway, and the episode doesn't acknowledge that. Yeah, it's time to go up.
I've been waiting, hero boy.
Well, they were just dating at that point. But yeah.
Stay focused.
I kind of ran out of Star Trek games to play that interest me. Otherwise, I probably would have put one on today. Well, there goes that. There should probably be a checkpoint there. Alright, we'll give this one more shot, and we probably should switch games anyway.
Over here.
But it would be nice to finish up this chapter.
This one's on me. Appreciate it. Hordes of them against the two of us. Oh, and let's not forget, this mob is made up of monsters. You done warming up? Hope you strapped.
Yeah. Now,
I'm not actually trying to follow production order, but I'm right up to the episode of Deep Space Nine that aired right before First Contact. So First Contact is going to be what we watch next. I'm going to watch it with my dad. He was you. First Contact, the only good Next Generation movie. It's the utter reverse of the original series movies, in that there's only one bad one of those, but Next Generation only has one good one. Finally, a way to satisfy my urge to kick old ladies in the face.
One down.
That one's free!
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I think we've talked about that before, but the reasoning of, like, boring being worse than just shockingly awful is, the reason why I think Insurrection is the worst one. Because it's boring. Even though you could objectively make arguments that it's like Star Trek V or Nemesis. Nemesis is also kind of boring.
Present for you. Close your eyes.
Well, I remember I had completely forgotten that there was a three-breasted cat-girl stripper in Star Trek V. And the obvious joke is he was watching Total Recall, but Total Recall hadn't come out at that point, so William Shatner's just a freak.
All right, this one's good.
Leon! Use this! Let's go upstairs! Come on!
Generations is also not boring. It's Generations is mostly puzzling
You know what to do!
and is
Sure thing.
always just blindingly obvious that Generations is a movie that they made because they had to make a movie. I don't think I've ever actually been hurt by my own grenade before. It usually doesn't happen. Oh, that suplex was fucking sweet.
Just as well. Pay attention!
I'm trying to pay attention. I promise.
Do something, would ya? No me jodas.
So what should we do instead? Yakuza or No More Heroes? I am going to I'll be right back. But thanks everybody for stopping by. There's like 3 or 4 hours before dinner's ready, so I'll be here uninterrupted. But I do need to use the little person man's room, so enjoy these lo-fi beats. Oh, the Deadpool game. We also need to finish the Deadpool game at some point. Let me flip another coin, actually, between Yakuza or No More Heroes. I saw it on Thursday. I think you'll enjoy it based on my limited knowledge of your tastes. I quite enjoyed it. Actually, let me reflip the coin to decide between Deadpool or Yakuza. And Deadpool is, of course, in the Marvel fighting game roster that I finished earlier. That I might read from. Well, thank you for stopping by, Crackpot. It's appreciated, buddy. It's always, you know, I'm lucky that anybody ever turns up whenever I hit that button. Do we want to go with Baldur's Gate? I think we want something with a little less story. Actually, you know what? We're putting on Deadpool. At least for a little bit. It sounds like you can hear that just fine. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. I can buy followers? Craziness. Alright. That should be showing up, and I don't know why it's not. But I hope you've been having a good day, Blackstone. Actually, forgot that I don't think you've been in here since, but I hope that your panel appearance that you were talking about last time went well. Well, if we can't play Deadpool, then we might have a bit of a problem. Let me go grab a shake real quick. Sorry, I forgot to turn back on the music, but hi. I feel like some chaos, so no more heroes it is.
Marvelous.
But I'm glad that that after we were having that discussion about scammers and stuff, that one showed up in my chat right as we were getting ready to do stuff. Okay, I've never played this before, so we'll see how it goes. Sweet or mild? Let's go with sweet.
I know a lot of gamers out there don't have much patience. At least that's what Bishop, the dude at the video store, said. So I'm at the register, and then I realized I got no money. I was seriously broke. Why? Because I met this smoking hot chick last night at the deathmatch bar. Man, she smelled good. So being the gentleman I am, I bought her a drink. Anywho, I decided to get a job. The gig? Assassinate the Drifter. So I went where I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was, this cat.
That escalated really quickly. I did not expect that part.
Or just plain old shit. Yeah, so he's styling, fast, aggressive, and packing heat. Bada bing. Or at least it was supposed to be. Till she showed up. Her name? Sylvia Crystal, an agent with this whatchamacallit association.
Congratulations. You are certified as the 11th best hitman. How about getting rid of the 10 killers above you and aim for the top?
I want to be number 1. How's that? Short and simple enough for you? It's gonna be a long, hard road. But who knows? Could kick ass. Could be dangerous. Could totally suck. What do you say, bro? Join me. Let's see how far we can take this. And for you there holding the controller right now, just press the A button. Let the bloodshed begin.
Let's try this. And again, thanks to everybody who's popped up so far. It's good to know that I do have homies that try to show up to these things. So he became an assassin because he's really bored, is what I took away from that.
Fuckhead! Yo, help me out here.
This game
Where's this death metal
was released on the Wii with this much cussing.
Bad answer.
It's game time.
No.
Hey, he's over here! Dog!
Alright, let's hope this is easier to figure out than I tried to play another of this guy's games, Killer 7, but I was not doing very well.
Die!
Well, I'm glad that glad that all of the raspberry jam spilled out of them. So this is on the Wii, so originally you were supposed to jerk off your Wiimote to charge the sword, I assume?
Hey, he's over here!
And slash it to, actually have no idea how, whether this really works that well.
Die! Hey, he's over here!
Wiimote.
You're a joke! There he is! You're a joke! You're so lame.
I've heard of that, of House of the Dead Overkill. I've heard that before. Oh, that's gonna be hell on my joints. That seems like designed to give me carpal tunnel.
It's over here! I'll mess you up good. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There we go. The control waggling that I have to do seems designed to give me carpal tunnel. But thanks for looking out. I also need to jerk off my little sword. Let me turn that up just a tad again. I originally was using Twitch Studio to stream, but a few months ago it started having a lot of problems. And now it's no longer supported by Twitch at all, so I had to migrate to OBS, and I'm still figuring it out.
You're a joke.
Well, I just put on a noise gate so it doesn't get, it never gets too loud. Let me put that back where it was then. Yes.
You're so lame.
Yeah, I started using Streamlabs, I think. Yeah. Uh, there was it's always a real trip to learn.
Hey, he's over here!
But then I had too many problems with Streamlabs, so I moved to Twitch Studio, which then had problems. But OBS is so easily like modifiable that I'm sure I can just find a plugin if I really wanted to fix any problem I might have.
Hey, he's over here!
I just know that he practices those wrestling moves in his room.
Hey, he's over here!
Doing what it says. Not working.
You're so lame. You're so lame.
Okay, that I think this will be worth exploring at a later time when I have brain power to dedicate to it. Because right now I don't. I never. It seems like the kind of game where that's intended to look like a penis. But who knows? I know. Let's see, Baldur's Gate, Yakuza, or reading the fighting game roster. Everybody knows that my shit is not planned out. Before we move on, I'll just do a little tease of my Marvel roster without getting into the movesets. You plug in. Oh, Chibi Robo. I completely forgot about Chibi Robo as well. That's a favorite of mine from the GameCube that I wanted to play on my birthday. All right, make sure that Google Google Docs is not gonna dox me again like it did the last time I tried to show something from here. Looks good. Yeah, I have my sister bought an adapter that she lets me use for our old Wii. But this game is kind of intended to be like a Marvel version of Injustice, but we got Beast, Black Cat, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America, Deadpool, Doctor Doom, Emma Frost, Green Goblin, Hawkeye, Hela, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki, Mandarin, Miss Marvel, Moonstone as a deep cut, Quicksilver, Rogue, Sandman, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Storm, Thor, Ultron, Venom, Vision, War Machine, Wasp, and Wolverine. Yeah, I use those for the base roster, and I use different icons for the move list parts. And I realized when I was when I was choosing the DLC characters that that the characters I picked can be cleanly cut in half with X-Men characters and Cosmic characters. So I made the Extermination Agenda pack, which is Cable, Psylocke, and Omega Sentinel, because I got bored. I miss Avengers Alliance too, even though I don't miss spending money on it. And we got Nova, Spider-Woman, and Super Squirrel, who's the only one here who didn't make it into Avengers Alliance. So that is Matt Gargan, because I included premiere skins, which are versions of characters with a new coat of paint on them. So Anti-Venom is here, Wolverine's son, Jackal, Harry Osborn, Red Hulk, and Yelena Belova. And being based on Injustice means that all the characters have like a special character trait button. For example, Deadpool's trait is that at the bottom it lists the character's name that you're playing as, and like in one of the bottom corners, and his trait is that he can grab letters from his name and throw them like shuriken, because I thought it would be funny. I think that is getting into the full move list would be a lot more monotonous now that I think about it. But Beast can like retract his claws to make his attacks do bleed damage, and Black Cat can summon a Black Cat to like do something. I spent way too much time on this. That is the basis for that. Give me 1 second. I don't have full move lists, but I do have a sequel roster to that. For the base roster, for like the equivalent of Injustice 2, we got Ant-Man, Apocalypse, Baron Zemo, the female Beetle, because I said so, Black Cat, Black Panther, Bullseye, Captain America, Captain Marvel instead of Miss Marvel, Cyclops, Deadpool, Doctor Octopus, Doctor Strange, Dust, Enchantress, Falcon, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iceman, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Kang the Conqueror, the Leader, Luke Cage, and Magic. Kamala Khan, Mystique, Nightcrawler, Quicksilver, Rogue, Scarlet Witch, She-Hulk, Songbird, Spider-Man, Storm, Sunspot, Thor, Wiccan, Winter Soldier, and Wolverine, who's X-23. There's a lot. And the DLC is like Gamora, Magneto, Blade, Sentry, because I ran out of creativity. Star-Lord, Elsa, Bloodstone, Dracula, and Sister Grimm from Runaways. I'm not accepting any questions about Dracula and Sister Grimm being in here. That's non-negotiable. Machine Man, Medusa, Namor, and the Fantastic Four as like the final bunch. And the premiere costumes are Blue Marvel for Sentry, Colossus for Luke Cage, Gambit for Bullseye, Jim Hammond for Human Torch. This is actually not a picture of Jim Hammond, but it's the only one I can find. Jessica Jones for She-Hulk, Juggernaut for Hulk, Spectrum for Captain Marvel, Speed for Quicksilver, Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man 2099 for Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl for Black Cat, and US Agent. Let me see here. And, for example, Ant-Man's trait is that he can summon different types of ants. What else do we got here? And like Star-Lord can switch to different elements for his gun. And Rogue's trait is that she can use any other person's trait. So we don't need to get full into that right now. I keep forgetting to turn on the music for when I'm doing a bunch of talking. Max Payne 3 we need to finish sometime. Oh, was it? I didn't watch that since it aired. It might be back on Hulu. I don't know. I doubt they lost the rights to it. I'm gonna go grab... I apologize for having to keep stopping, but I'm actually gonna go grab the Wii and the stuff to stream from it. I'll be right back. Sorry, that took longer than I thought. I'm here. I'm just getting ready. Getting it set up. I have the dubious honor of having seen everything MCU related, including the stuff on Hulu and Netflix and shit. And it only kind of feels like I've been wasting my life. Well, in a minute, we're about to play a game that's just for me, but we can continue talking about nerdy shit while we do so. For example, I just finished the episode where Cisco fully commits to the emissary bit and tells Bajor not to join the Federation. And everybody gets real mad. Sweet, the right game is in there and everything. But yeah, that's the last episode of Deep Space Nine I watched. I'm well into the Odo becoming a solid arc. Did I forget to bring a Wiimote up here? And for Voyager, hang on. Video capture device on. That's the wrong one. In terms of Voyager, I'm in the 3rd season, which is when it does get better, but also when they gave up on having like story arcs. So everything after that is super episodic. Holy shit, that is loud. So this is me and my sister's like top 3 favorite games as a kid, or GameCube games. And the story is that we're a little robot that just goes around cleaning the house, and we're being given away. Holy shit, mom's torpedoes are out. Holy shit. We're given away as a present at this little girl's party I got you this hat. And we're gonna talk about the frog thing later. But she doesn't like it. She really doesn't like it, holy shit. Can't run around in a frog costume all day. Okay, boomer. I'll get to that in a second. And the dad is dressed the way that I wish I could dress in middle school. Well, the dog gave her a present. So I'm just gonna give a straight warning. This game is... I didn't realize it until I was an adult, but this game is really, really weird. It's just gibberish. But this is the little house/charging port for the little cleaning guy, who's us. And mom is mad at the dad right now because he's obsessed with like gadgets and stuff. And there's no way that they can afford this thing. And he's just using the birthday party as a pretense to get something that he wanted. Vanny! I didn't even realize you were streaming. Hello. My birthday. Welcome, Raiders. How are you guys doing? What were you streaming? You're playing a childhood game of mine, Chibi Robo. While I wait for my dad to start cooking. Oh. Was it a good burger though? Furious Hero Gaming, welcome to the person, homies. I'm staring at you with my neurodivergent little face. Hello. Thank you everybody for stopping by. It always means the world whenever anybody stops by whenever I click that stream button. So we're a little robot that's gonna go around cleaning the house. I could go for a burger, but I have better food being about to be made for me later. An absolute rock star. And again, shout out to my sister for letting me borrow her HDMI adapter so that I can stream this from original hardware. We missed you on Among Us last night, Vanny. It's a birthday party? We did. Well, as much fun as we ever have with Among Us. For a certain value of fun. Yes. So that little TV guy is like our, basically he talks to people because we can't. I feel like my gaslighting is really up and down. I feel like I'm not consistent about it. Rose goes right in our noggin.
Sounds like.
Your chippy copter. I feel like I just don't do well when I'm directly accused, which is also a problem other people have. But I was telling Nick Diaz that his problem is that even when he's innocent, he makes himself the center of attention. He always makes it about him or the person he's accusing. So okay, let's go give her a rose. We are going to talk about the frog hat in a second, I promise. We also played some RE4 remake, and I tried to play some No More Heroes for the first time, but that wasn't quite working. Earn happy points and moolah by making people happy. Do our best to get you into first place. I'm not sure if they ever said what her wish was or if she had one. They kept on partying till late into the night. So again, this game is a lot weirder than I remembered it being as a kid. Because on the surface, we're just a little cleaning robot. We're just a little guy being tiny, cleaning up, making people happy. But it gets a lot weirder than that. Will be upgraded to Super Chibi Robo. Yes. I think those two saves belong to my sister, so we're just gonna save on the third one. I'm down for bacon wrapped shrimp later. Courtesy of Pops. I'm grateful that that fate decreed that our birthdays are a week apart, so it makes it easy to remember. Alright, we're not gonna... Let me pull my cord out. We're not gonna buy anything just yet. We're just gonna explore. So, Dad is sleeping on the couch, which is not a great sign. He had a little too much fun at the party. I know what that's code for. That means it's nighttime. What valuable insight. Walking around drains your battery. You have a very small battery right now. Okay, we're gonna deal with that elephant in the room in a second. So this game is weird because there's so much about it that has nothing to do with the premise of just being a little robot. Like, for example, we're in a Toy Story situation where all the toys come to life when no one's around. Dear Diary. Head in the living room, body in the kitchen. The dog left her there. So hard to watch him, that knight in shiny armor. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Perhaps you were on Love Patrol? So this chew toy is very thirsty right now. And whenever I try to talk to people about this game, like 95% of the time, they've never heard of it. Which is weird, because there's actually a Chibi Robo costume in Smash Brothers for the Miis. And it's a Nintendo property, they just don't do anything with it. For Drake Redcrest. Why doesn't Chibi Robo apologize himself? Hold on, I need to record this moment so I don't forget. Girls in their diaries. Telly, please. I forgot that you worked at GameStop. That is a hard thing to summarize, I think. Well, technically, the overarching plot is that the parents are on the verge of divorce. And that's not a joke or subtext, that's literally what's going on. A toothbrush. Finally, after all these years. So the dad is obsessed with this cartoon called Drake Redcrest, and all the stuff he has, it has Drake Redcrest on it. And now we can clean up stains. I'm thinking after we do some Chibi Robo, we can switch to Baldur's Gate 3 and then do the tier list that I promised. I'm very, very early in Baldur's Gate 3, so there's not going to be a whole lot exciting there. I only just got the original party members all together. Hello? Oh no, we're haunted. Even for the year this came out, that was an old-ass TV. So conflicted. People say evil. People say justice. What is justice? What is evil? Get a taste of my space fury. But I'm glad that you had a good burger. Vanny. I kind of zoned out there for a second. We need to talk to him. He has something that we need to get out of there. See you, Blackstone. Always a pleasure, sir. Greet everyone by yelling. Do not be afraid, friend. The toys in this house move and speak when humans aren't around. It bores Drake Redcrest. Your life appears to need more justice. It's just for you. No. To learn the facts of justice together. You wish to fight for truth and justice? Sure. Can you hurry up? I'm kind of on a timetable. It's been long, hard, and arduous, just like my ex-wife. Sorry. I don't even know what that means. Yeah. For some reason, I've always, like, I know you worked at GameStop, and for some reason, working at a game store like that, I feel worse for than people who work at, like, who used to work at, like, video stores. Because you have to deal with a bunch of parents who, like, through no fault of their own, they just don't know anything. But also people who don't know anything and want to argue with you about it. Oh, let's try that again. There we go. Totally got a huge eye boner. Think of justice. One flaw is this game definitely has too much talking, but we can solve that later. But for right now, the reason we needed that costume is so that we can get that chew toy out of our way. Sally, or whatever her name is. tricking her into thinking that we're her crush. And I think there's a couple of things that we can grab here, or up in the kitchen. We were having a okay, no, we can't get up here yet. And now she's confused this mug with a person. That's really rude when people do that. There was a guy at the bookstore my mom used to go to a lot that did that all the time. I said bookstore like it was a local place, like not a chain, but it was just a Barnes and Noble. We've done as much as we can do there. Or at least as much as I'm willing to do. Oh yeah, also, these little doors with our faces on them. You plug them in, you turn it. Inside here is the dimension of many eyes. And there's no explanation for this. Nothing to worry about, just weird dimensional doors in the house. I wonder if we can go to the door on the other side of their living room. We were talking about, like separating the art from the artist earlier. And like boycotting stuff, and like I said before, it's that's a personal hello. Whatever this is, it ain't gonna be over easy. What is that thing? An intruder. Defensive positions. Humpty Dumpty patrol in action. So as you, let me turn that down. The Free Rangers. Don't let your guard down, men. God damn it, Robert Patrick. How hard is it to keep your mouth shut? So unfortunately they have fucking weapons, and we gotta get out of here. Well, we can't explore that sound yet. Well, like 30 years ago, when is it actually breaking up, or is it just the footage? Because that's happening on my end too. I don't know. My voice is choppy. But like 30 years ago, like when like you thing to the public, like for you. So I think we'll go to Baldur's Gate. I can fix that. Just give me 1 second. Oh, I think I know exactly what that is, actually. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think we're back. Let me. Oh, it just started stuttering and then it froze. I was when I went to see Deadpool, I was mainly mad that they didn't have the popcorn bucket. I don't remember. Did this dog have something to say? Let me cast the speak with animals. I played a little bit further than this on another save file, but not a whole lot further.
Master, friend,
Good dog, best friend.
until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
The OBS just started taking up too much memory and made my computer freeze. And I don't know if the adapter I was using had anything to do with that. Probably not, but I'm not going to risk it.
All right. What now?
So Will got punished for letting Karlak live. I think
What's on your mind?
and again, I haven't gotten past Act 1 of this, so no spoilers. But
Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need
I
to
think
focus
we're
on
gonna
cooking if you
replace her with
want to get
Shadowheart.
on top.
Replace Shadowheart with her, rather. Where? Oh, we're in the place where the fake paladins were.
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of Avernus. It's incredible.
All right, just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
Wait, is this the same place? Where am I?
What's on your mind?
Oh, fuck yeah. Sausage. I don't know if I want to know what's out that way just yet. Time to get our business going with the grove in here. I'll just take the vagabond clothes and the hat.
Refugees, adventurers.
This feels like the kind of game
And suddenly we're overwhelmed.
that's like a Dragon Age Origins,
Back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need?
where I will start playing it like a dozen times, but never make it more than like a third of the way through. What ritual?
I forgot. None will be able to enter. A drastic measure. But more monsters seem to terrorize. We druids will be safe. As for those that took, as I said, it's a drastic.
So they're gonna kick people out.
To support everyone. I pray no god. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers.
Or did we just level up?
Mobs I no longer need.
Okay. Sell a bunch of garbage. And a couple more.
Sylvanus, guide.
I'll put on the gloves and this. Oh, that's a snazzy outfit. Let's put on that. Do I need magic to use this? I don't really see what else that gets me. I think I'll give this to Starion. That can go with Gale. What is this? That's better. Right, what kind? What kind of monk do we want to be? Kind of partial to the 4 elements. Go with hold person. Do we want the additional bonus action or... I'm assuming we'll get a chance to respec later, even if only once. The endless march to the age of 30 continues ever onwards.
I saw you at the gates. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two. Thanks.
Can I help you?
Step, parry, strike, damn it! Nothing but. I need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Fuck yeah.
Like this. You really know what you're doing. Oh, yes. I'll bite my... Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
The druids are being a bunch of dickheads.
Hold. And step. Swing. Parry. Swing. Excellent.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
I don't know.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
Hello?
If it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore. You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweet. Well, that depends. Oh, I want the wife, but worry not.
Why, she sounds positively demented. I love it. Let's tell her everything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
As you recount,
You... I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but I've collected... You'll have to stop by my house. Just let me mark it on your map. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends. Hey, bother.
What all is going on over here? Ooh, do I want to sell these? No, I don't.
Be careful on the road.
I don't trust her because she doesn't know how to wash her face.
You. So you've
Brutal.
We should. Instead, we're just sitting here. And what about us? We will end up. Our best chance to make it to Baldur's Gate is on our own. You are Yes, that Leroican. His name is Few can. In years to come, you will boast of this.
Okay, that still doesn't quite explain why you're just abandoning them.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel.
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you... Very hot by the smell of it.
Be my guest.
I might be able to help. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest.
Will you be able to turn...
I'd worry about surviving the
What?
night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you... I've sensed some during our travels. Meanwhile, I've still got forged from the heart. Damn druids. Who uses...
What's on your mind? Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems.
Okay, I hate to like call this short. I know I promised 8 hours, but something just came up. We're gonna go. I thought that my significant other wouldn't be able to spare time today because there's shit going on, but they can. But they can come visit. So, significant other Trump's stream. So, we're gonna call it for now. I might be back late. I might not. But thank you, everybody, sincerely from the heart. And take easy and stay safe.